Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I'm the Jack of all trades, and you're watching Jack Attack, a show created to meet our society's skyrocketing demand for more people on the internet sharing their opinions. Today, I am reviewing the 1991 film Naked Lunch. And look, I'm very excited to tell you about Naked Lunch, if only as a public service announcement. But in order to do so, I will have to show clips from the movie, and I'd like to say that the reason it's not safe for work is because of simply nakedness or perhaps very distasteful lunching. But the fact is, this movie involves a bit of body horror, a bit of nudity, and a lot of giant bug puppets. So if any of that doesn't sound like something you want to see, you can try watching one of my other videos. But if you're down to clown with this very bad film, I'd like to take you on a journey to the past. By which I literally mean I filmed most of this review months ago, and only the intro and outro is being filmed in the present day, so bye! So, this is a David Cronenberg movie. David Cronenberg is known for gruesome and surreal practical makeup and special effects, especially as it pertains to body horror. If you watch Rick and Morty, you may have heard the term Cronenberg in the episode Rick Potion number 9, in which people turn into horrifying monsters, and Rick refers to them as Cronenbergs.
Boy, Morty, I really Cronenberged the world up, didn't I? We got a whole planet of Cronenbergs walking around down there, Morty.
So in this movie, about how David Cronenberg wants to fuck a bug, Peter Weller, aka RoboCop, stars as a writer having hallucinations out of drugs made out of bugs after he kills his wife and flees the country. The movie, about how David Cronenberg wants to put his dick inside of a bug, develops into a kind of film noir, featuring appearances from actors such as Judy Davis and Ian Holm, layering homoerotic subtext alongside creative body horror to create a dizzying sequence of love, lust, and death. In the film, about how David Cronenberg wants to take out his hard dick and just really give it to a giant cockroach, was actually based on the semi-autobiographical novel of the same name by William S. Burroughs, released in the year 1959, detailing various stream-of-consciousness hallucinogenic vignettes that occur after he for real killed his wife while high. So, fun fact, Jack is hard of hearing. I have an auditory processing disorder that makes it difficult for me to parse words when people are not speaking clearly or there's a lot of background noise. As a result, I am a huge fan of watching movies with subtitles, but we couldn't find subtitles for this movie, and usually that's fine and I can mostly hear everything, but the audio was so bad that I couldn't understand anything anyone was saying except for the parts filmed in studio rather than with a boom mic. And by that, I mean things like puppets and internal monologues and dialogue that's not coming from a person on screen is recorded in a studio. There's a higher quality of audio. Stuff recorded with a boom mic on the set with a microphone dangling above the actors was garbage trash and I couldn't understand anything. Listen to this.
I can't see it. Why would a classy American woman like Joan want to work for a 2-bit outfit like Amazon Incorporated?
I'm sorry, what?
What?
What? What?
That would be foolish, wouldn't it?
What?
That reality.
What words are that, Peter?
Principal thing to work
Peter, what words are you...
for you too.
Could you just repeat?
Waiting.
One more time, Peter.
The evil is there.
In addition, the film is a hallucinogenic drug film filmed like a noir, which is a very grounded genre with little to no surrealism. So everything is shot in a very straightforward, grounded fashion with no hints at hallucinations until about halfway in. So, if you don't know what this movie is about going in, and we didn't, Ryan and I did not, and you also can't hear the dialogue, you're not expecting this.
I have arranged all this just to have a moment alone with you. I am your case officer.
Oh, and do you know I said that the voice of things recorded in studios were clear? This guy's voice, crystal freaking clear. This is the first purely understandable dialogue in the entire film. This is the only information I am getting. Oh, and it's not talking through a mouth.
Case officer, you are my agent. I in turn report to your controller.
What is it talking through, you ask? Oh, it's a human asshole on its back.
Come, Mr. Lee. You don't have to play dumb with me.
Not even on its ass. Just on the back. Just like a human butthole.
Say, Bill, do you think you could rub some of this powder on my lips?
So it turns out this whole movie is about anuses and bugs with anuses that talk. Want to see the rest of that clip? AKA the tamest scene in the film?
Your wife is not really your wife. She is an agent of Interzone Incorporated. You must kill her. Kill Joan Lee. It must be done soon, this week, and it must be done real tasty. Hey, where you going? Don't do it, we have to pay.
What is happening? What is happening? And you may think, well, Jack, you couldn't hear most of the dialogue in the movie, so you probably missed some of the plot. And the answer to that is no, because I looked up the plot, and I looked up the reviews, and I looked up the plot of the book. And other than the fact that for some reason when you type naked lunch into Google, it doesn't autocomplete to naked lunch, what the fuck was that? Turns out, nope, that's just how the movie is, and there's no explanation for anything ever. Is there an explanation for his typewriter turning into a cockroach?
In the fishing raft.
No. Is there an explanation for his new typewriter growing a dick while he has sex with a lady and then turning into a butt trilobite and crawling on top of them? No. Is there an explanation for this? Or for this?
Fenway!
Or maybe one of this? Maybe just give us like a line that explains what's going on here? Nope! Just a lot of talk about closeted homosexuality, buttholes, drugs, and giant bugs. This had to have been a fetish film for David Cronenberg, and I guess everyone else was fine with that, which is fine, but this had a theatrical release. This was a mainstream movie, and it wasn't CGI. These actors had to see all of these effects. They're in the scenes with them. They touch them. Peter Wellers dabs drugs lightly onto a bug's anus, and he had to think to himself, yes, I want to be in this film. I understand what these puppets look like. And I want to stay involved. We didn't know what it was going to be. We did not know what this was going to be. And it just... So, if you ask me, don't watch this movie unless you are making a comedic YouTube movie review series, or, like David Cronenberg, you have a bug anus fetish, which, again, is fine. But if you ever want to make a fetish film, do it. Fucking make that happen. Bring it into the world. But, label it. Maybe label it. Just, fucking type that into the description on IMDb. Be like, hey, this is a movie about bug anuses. And then people who are into that can find it. Very important. Got to get that SEO optimized. And people who are like, maybe that's not for me, can skip it. That would be really cool. Is that cool? Cool. Welcome back to the present day. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting like or subscribe or following me on Facebook or Tumblr or donating on Patreon. Tune in next time to hear Jack say, "This movie was so heinous, so obnoxious, and so offensively, downright, stupidly, aggressively unfunny that it was like having a child scream in your face without stopping for like an hour." Anyway, bye!